Hey there gamers, DreamcastGuy here, and today we're talking about some breaking news that just came out 5 minutes ago, but Nintendo has canceled the pre-orders for the Nintendo Switch 2. They're not letting anybody pay for it because they're having to raise the price. They're recalculating if the system is actually going to cost $500 or $600 or $700. And I got to admit that this is completely mind-blowing because when they initially revealed the Nintendo Switch 2 2 days ago, it felt like everybody was instantly pissed because of the price. I mean, the Switch 2 itself does have the games we want. It's got a new Donkey Kong, a new Mario Kart, and yeah, those games are $100 a pop, which people aren't happy with, but the cost of even the system itself, the fact that controllers are almost $100, that it has a webcam that costs $100, people are like, okay, this thing is ridiculously pricey. Well, the price is going up. Now, right now, it's just Nintendo, but it sounds like because of these tariffs that the United States is doing, every system is about to get 25, 30, 50% more expensive. We could see $1,000 PlayStation 6s or something here in a couple of years. But let's talk and break this down. Hi, hope you're having a great day. And if you could, please give this video a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Now, this is the statement from Nintendo. It was actually given to Timur Hussein. This guy's a great journalist who works at GameSpot. I think he writes at comicbook.com and stuff sometimes. And he said this: pre-orders for the Nintendo Switch 2 in the US will not be starting on April 9th, which is what they previously announced. They need to assess the potential impact of tariffs and evolving market conditions. Nintendo will update the timing at a later date, and the launch is not changed. People are like, whoa. So the prices, the $400 price tag was before the tariffs. US gamers are cooked. Now, everybody has instantly reacted to this. IGN just posted about it because it just went live. Nintendo has taken the unprecedented decision to delay the Switch 2 pre-orders in the US, pointing to the tariff war. Now, in case you don't understand how this works, and I'm not trying to get political, obviously people are very, very political in the comments, very mad at the President of the United States. The way tariffs work is that it jacks up the price, and every time something crosses the border, you pay that price. So if you're paying $1 for something to come into the United States, 25% tariff, now it costs $1.25. But a lot of things cross the border multiple times during production. If you're building a car or something like that, a lot of times you get raw ore and send it somewhere else, and they smelt it, you bring it back here and you refine it, you turn it into bars or cars or whatever, right? That time, every time it crosses the border, it costs a bit more. Every step of shipping it costs more. So what Nintendo has been trying to do for the last couple of years, they knew this was coming, so they moved a lot of their manufacturing to Vietnam because it seemed like they weren't going to be tariffed. So the goal was like, okay, let's spend hundreds of millions of dollars to build factories and employees and set up all this infrastructure to dodge and keep game consoles as cheap as we possibly could. But now, the President of the United States yesterday announced tariffs everywhere. Every single person in every country is getting tariffs. Some places are getting 100% tariffs. I don't know. I don't follow that stuff, so I don't know all the numbers. But people have basically been like, okay, so you have to just pay a tariff no matter what. It's just a matter of, okay, is everything 25% more expensive, 50% more expensive? Not only is the Nintendo Switch pre-order delayed, it is possible Nintendo will increase the price in the US market. This is a huge, huge mess. Nintendo is no longer taking the pre-orders to assess the impact. Launch date remains unchanged, but they might raise the price. What a crap show. $450 wasn't the most insane to me. Pricey, but not beyond what I expected. The games were the big deal breaker for me. However, if we're going to make this system even $500 or more, it's going to be gut-wrenching, largely out of Nintendo's control. I mean, everybody is like, wait, this is ridiculous. We're so cooked. This to me is starting to make me think the game market is about to hit a very, very dangerous spot. I would not be surprised if this generation gets extended a year or two, depending on how bad things get for the market. So some people forget this if you're not as old as I am, but if you've ever wondered why the hell was the Xbox 360 around for such a long time? Why was the PlayStation 3 around for such a long time? And that was because of the 2008 financial crisis. People were dead broke. There was a pretty long recession there for about 3 years. And during that time, people were just so broke. So the game industry realized, okay, we can't launch next gen. Even though we have the technology, we've got the prototypes, we've got the next system made, we can't just rush it out the door because nobody can afford it. So they drug it out. They did as much as possible to let technology advance. They made cheaper versions of the consoles. That's why back in the Xbox 360 era, that kept getting smaller, cheaper Xboxes. So we had Xbox 360 Arcade and Xbox 360 Elite. I think there is a chance that we're going to see that again, where the PlayStation 6 was originally rumored to be coming out in 2028. There's a good chance that now it could be getting pushed back to 2029, 2030. Now, the other part of this that I am afraid about is that if this hits everything, I am a bit nervous that the cost of everything, console-wise, game-wise, development-wise, is going up. I mean, right now in America, video games are $60. I guess they were $60. Now they're $70. Now they're about to be $80. If in literally even 1 year's time, 2 years' time, games cost $120 each, I do think it's going to be the complete collapse. I don't think the game industry is going to survive at all. I think legitimately it's just going to go poof. Every game is going to be a free-to-play mobile game on your console that shows you ads to stay monetized and stuff. Because I do feel like, look, man, this is my job. I play a lot of good games. But if you're having to pay $120 for every game, even randomly indies and stuff, the market can't handle that. Price increase coming. Sony better drop that PlayStation 6 in 2029. I do wonder if Microsoft and Sony are going to hold off a while longer. Pure insanity to realize next console generation is coming in less than 3 years. I want to do one last thing. I want to refresh this and see the takes, because I have to admit that this seems impossible to me. This just seems impossible to me. Price of everything going up. I've got no will to live. Oh man, welcome back to the 3DS. I don't care if the price changes. I just want to be able to order it. Thanks, Obama. Things are about to get spicy. I don't know, man. I don't think they will. I don't think they can. But I hope that as much as possible, Nintendo soaks the cost. There is a talk about subsidizing, that typically when you sell a console, you sell it at a slight loss. If it costs $500 on the shelf, it's costing you $520 to make, $550 to make. And taking that cut means more people are going to buy into your ecosystem. But if the tariffs get bad enough, if it's costing Nintendo, I don't know how many hundreds of dollars to make it, to ship it, to produce it, maybe they're not going to want to take any bit of a cost. Typically with Nintendo consoles, they make them so cheap, with parts so cheap, they make at least $20 on each sale for each system, each game, each anything. Man, I'm actually still just mentally reeling from this. So I want to hear you guys' reaction to it, your thoughts, your kind of figuring out. Are you still going to get the Switch 2 if it costs $600? I'm actually just shocked. Thank you for watching. If you could, please give this video a like and subscribe if you haven't already. And please keep dreaming. I may upload that other video. I'm going to go and upload that other video. I'm supposed to go hang out with a buddy of mine. He's actually texting me while I have my phone muted. But I may upload that other video today as well. I'm genuinely in shock. Thanks so much for watching that video. If you want to see something else, you can always click this link to see what I put up last, or, subscribe and see what's coming up next. Also, I promise that whatever I do, it'll try not to suck.